Hi, everybody. We have some young players with us that actually play bridge presently. I believe they're all in high school now, but they've been playing for several years, and I'm turning it over to them. They're going to tell us anything they want about bridge, why they got involved, getting their friends involved, and I'm turning it over to them. So, Aaron, we've got Aaron and Jamie and Stephanie. Y'all have fun.
Okay, so I suppose I can go first. Um, I am the leader of my school bridge club, and one of the things, but the major way that we get people to join our club is through the social engagement aspect. Any new member that comes, or I don't think there's been any member who's come to the bridge club already knowing how to play. Most of them didn't even know what bridge was, but they came to the club because they have friends who are already in the club and they wanted to spend more time with their friends and also meet new people. And so, definitely, the social aspect is very important. I don't think an online format would be appealing for new players at all. And I think the reason for that is because if you're going to play an online game, teenagers have video games available to them. And bridge can't compete with video games. So if you want people to play bridge, it really needs to be in person, I think.
I agree with that because honestly, an in-person game feels more like you're interacting with other people because if you go to an online tournament, it just feels like you're sitting in front of a screen with three really good robots, I guess. Even if they're like your friends, it doesn't feel like they're your friends. It just feels like they're three random people. Versus if you're in person, it feels a lot more like you're interacting with them. Talk well, you shouldn't be talking, but it just feels more connected, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. The environment really helps playing with bridge. You feel what it's like to hold the cards and like really think about the situation instead of just, oh, it's just on the screen. I just click a few buttons and then I can play. And like Aaron said, you're playing with robots. Doesn't have like that, human feeling, like that interaction, like just by looking at your opponents, looking at your partner.
I don't know how you guys feel about this, but Aaron mentioned talking during playing, and I know that in tournaments you would never talk during a game, but I think when you're playing socially, it is important that you can talk to the people you're playing with because that makes it a lot more fun.
I mean, if you talk about the hand, that's like not appropriate. But um, if the people in a club per se, like they can talk, they can interact and just talk about topics they want to talk about that aren't the hand. It'll feel a lot more um, like it's a warmer feeling that you have in the club.
Yeah, socialization I think is really important. You can like talk in between hands, and like that part you get to really know other people. And instead of like, oh, it's a screen, I just play one hand after another, it gets kind of boring and very isolated, if that makes sense. And also, yeah, playing with people, talking with people, I feel like are also key parts of playing bridge.
And I also feel like like if you play like that, if you play without talking, it just feels like a serious competition. Whereas like in a club, it's supposed to be like a lighthearted, um, just place where you go to have fun. So I think people in clubs really want to just like when they join, they just want to have fun. It's not about competitions or like your I don't know global rank or like that kind of thing. It's just oh, I came here to have fun and I'm having fun.
So, how, what aspect of bridge do y'all like best, and what part of bridge do you like best? Would you prefer, right now we have a bunch of online stuff because of COVID. It's hard to get a group together. Would you prefer um, to just have an app where you could play some games and kind of earn stars for doing well in things and going better? Is playing online with people still a better way to go? Do you like playing with robots? you like learning, or at this point, are you just content to play? So how about that?
I feel like during COVID right now, it feels it's important that we all are like don't get COVID. So it's like better if we're online. I think it would still be better if it were in person, but obviously we can't do that. Um, I think playing with robots is appropriate if you have like if you want to show like an example of bidding, I don't know, a takeout double, and you have, and then you let um, the people in the club, you give them an example, and then you like basically give them a hand to play, but by themselves. So they're the ones, like I guess the declarer, playing the hand, and each person is a declarer of a different um, table. So in that case, I think playing with robots would be really appropriate because the um, the robots, they don't really care. So you can put them in the other spots and have the real person be the declarer, and at the end of the hand, you can compare to see how everybody did because they're all in the same spot and they're not one's north, one's south, and east and west.
I think the way we're doing it now, like on a video call, really helps like make you feel not like isolated, I guess, and like have someone to talk to and have someone else other than your family to talk to. Like another way to connect instead of just like robots and can't really talk. They don't really respond to you if you ask them a question about like how's it going and stuff like that. And they won't answer you. So yeah, I think this way is probably a better way, not the yeah, than in person during COVID and also just playing with robots.
Yeah, I agree. Playing with robots is a good way to learn new skills, new bidding techniques, new playing techniques. Um, if I could design my ideal lesson, it would be um, I think learning one new skill every class and spending probably 50% or maybe a third of the time playing with the robot where you're always the one being the declarer or you're always the one making the special bid. And then the rest of the time playing with other people where all four people are playing and you might be the one to use that skill. Um, but it also might be someone else to use that skill and you can be the defender while your opponents use the skill. And I think that way you can get a good mix of um, using it yourself and seeing other people use it and applying it. And also, it makes it more fun that way if you're not, because you want to also make sure that it's not stressful. You don't feel like you have a 10th class in addition to all your other school classes that you have to keep up with. So it should be a moderate pace of learning and also fun.
Well, we're getting close to being out of COVID. You know, we're going to have some opportunities for some face-to-face bridge probably fairly soon. So if we want to interest a new generation or some of the upcoming kids, some of the kids like you that already play, how do we keep your interest up, and how do we interest new kids? Is it through, again, some things we put up online that they can, how many, do you think a structure that they could go online and learn how to play on their own would be useful? Or do you think it needs to be person to person? And do you think it's important to have other kids involved in that action? In other words, you know, would a kid go to an adult class? Well, no, some would, but or do you think they're more likely to go to a class with their peers? Or do you get into the, oh, they know more about me, know more than me, and they get embarrassed? So talk a little bit about that. How do you keep, Stephanie, you mentioned that at your bridge club, many of the people that come in don't play bridge at all. How do you keep them? What kind of steps do you take to make them feel, I don't know, welcome, that they can do it, interested? How about that?
So at my club, we get most of our new members from reaching out to people who we are friends with or tangentially friends with, people who um, people who are looking for a new social group to join. And if you are an adult looking to get kids as members, you might need to ask your current students to ask their friends to join because you yourself you wouldn't have that same pull. But something that I've thought a lot about is the fact that chess seems to still be very popular among kids, whereas bridge less so. And I think one of the distinctions is that chess has a lot of publicity as still being something that you can that kids do. It has a lot of publicity as being something that is a cool thing. It has tournaments that kids go to a lot. It has prizes, awards, and there are a lot of chess clubs. I remember there was a chess club at my elementary school. I joined it when I was in third grade, 8 years old, and I did it for a couple years. It was all elementary school students, and we had a new lesson every day, and then we would spend the rest of the time just playing with other kids. Sometimes we would play against the computer so that we could learn from the computer. Of course, the computer is always going to play perfectly in chess. Um, and we would have tournaments. We could get trophies if we won a tournament because we had a wide group of people. I think that was really, really popular among elementary school students. And the reason that so many people joined it was again because chess has that publicity where bridge doesn't. And so I think that more publicity about the things that kids can do with bridge would be very beneficial.
Basically, when you join a bridge club, people you see are mostly they know each other. Like, I remember I was at a bridge club. Like, I was in the bridge club that my sister taught in, and she was teaching, and we would have me, my friends, and their siblings, and maybe a few other kids. Like, it was mostly people who knew each other, and so they wanted to like I guess they wanted to see what their friends were doing or what their siblings were doing. So if people like old fashioned flyers kind of work sometimes, but I feel like really getting publicity, like Stephanie said, is important because otherwise it's just a small group of friends or siblings, and um, that's like we're trying to get to people besides a small group. So
Um, I feel like yeah, the people I taught were always like close to each other, and the thing that really made them try to win games was uh just try to be better than their friend and like try to um say like I can do it too. I can be better than you. I can make more tricks than you. I can set you and stuff. Instead of just like but yeah, if it was with more kids, I feel like if it was had more publicity, it would really help. If yeah, because we tried posters for a little while, but it didn't really work. Because if anyone's like me, I would just walk straight past the wall with the poster on it. I wouldn't even notice. Um, so yeah, I think social media and social groups really help make clubs bigger and help with publicity for Bridge.
So what other kinds of hobbies do y'all have? What else do y'all do besides bridge?
Okay, I'll go first. I do a lot of things. Aside from all of my rigorous coursework from school, I am a Girl Scout. I've completed my Gold Award, which is the highest possible award in Girl Scouts. I am in my synagogue religious youth group. I sometimes help plan events, but I'm active in that group. I am an oboe player. I am a member of my school band as well as the Atlanta Symphony Youth Orchestra Digital Academy. I auditioned for lots of music programs. Recently, I became first chair all state band, so best in the state of Georgia for oboe. That's the instrument that I play. I am, what else? I have an internship with Leadership Initiatives. It's a year-long internship, and I spend 2 hours a day doing that, or excuse me, 2 hours a week, not 2 hours per day. And I know this isn't quite an extracurricular activity, but I'm at the stage where I'm looking for colleges and applying to colleges, and that takes up a lot of time as well.
I don't have quite as many activities as Stephanie, but it's kind of because I had to pick some and lose some. But I am a Boy Scout. I play the violin. I play the piano, and I'm also a member of my school orchestra. And I used to do karate, but not so much anymore. Video games isn't really a hobby, but you got to do what you like to do. So
I have even less. I'm a really artsy person, so I have like lots of art related. I go to art classes every week for 2 to 4 hours. I I just recently got into the GHP program, which is Governor's Honors Program for Art, and I won some Scholastic Awards, which is like an art competition. I won the national gold. I am a scout too. Yeah, I'm a scout, and then I like reading and I like writing stories sometimes, and also art, I guess. Yeah, and I used to play piano, but not that much anymore. And I play a little bit of guitar. Yeah, and I also used to do karate, but COVID and everything kind of stopped that.
And I'd like to add that we three do a lot. A lot of the people in my school bridge club, besides me and the other leaders, are not as involved in school in other clubs. And so I've been told by a couple of them during some long break from school, they said like I miss coming to bridge club because I've always had that opportunity to talk to my friends, and now it's like what am I going to do on my Friday afternoons? And of course, they find something to do. They probably either do homework, video games, they find something, but they do really like Bridge Club as an opportunity to connect with people and have fun that they wouldn't get from other activities because even in other activities, a lot of them are more competitive, more focused on accomplishing something, and so it's more stress bridge is more relaxing. So I think that has a nice benefit as well.
So,
I,
talking about all the activities that y'all are involved in, a lot, and talking about the video games and the bridge, um, you were talking about that sometimes flyers worked, and then Jamie, you made the comment that sometimes you'd walk past them. So, and we know word of mouth works. Why? Um, let me think for a second how I want to word this. We do have the Youth National every year, and I know that y'all have participated in the Youth National. And in the past, we had a lot of local tournaments, but not so much anymore because our numbers got smaller. So I guess the question is, how do we lure people away from those other activities? How do we make bridge more of a priority? How can we not only get them in the door, but keep them interested? And Stephanie, I believe you were expressing that the social aspect was important, making them feel part of a group that was a group they missed and wanted to be back with. Is it the same for all of y'all? Is it the feeling of you're part of a group and that all those people are your friends that keeps you coming back to Bridge Club? Is it the game itself or a combination of both?
For me, it's a combination of both because I really like the accomplishment you feel when you set up opponent or make a contract or even make extra points in each contract. And also really talking with other people and socializing, getting to know other people. I feel like one way you could do is when you could do like chess clubs when they have like awards every now and then for just the club, and just the best player gets like an award, and like everyone gets an award, but like they can range from like the best award to like um, you did good playing, I don't know, in trumps and stuff like that, and um, just awards of encouragement, I think, and like they could share their awards and like show off, and maybe that'll help with the socializing aspect.
I know in my chess club, I also used to do chess in elementary school. There was it was kid chess, and there was this really big award called the Gully Whopper. Every year, every semester actually, they would give it to like the player who got the most points. And I think something like that really works because like in a big group, that is, you because everybody got an award, but like the Golly Whopper was the biggest award, and it was almost as tall as some of the kids. But it was like I have the biggest award, wahoo! And then people start going off and showing off of the like their Golly Whoppers or whatever awards they can get, because that's the kind of thing you do with friends sometimes. Um, but I think like awards like that will work if we can get enough people in. Um, but like the social aspect is really the important part of keeping people in. And um, also for the question, I think a combination of both for me as well, because Bridge is a very large game. It's a very like there's a lot of stuff to know about it. You've got like how to respond to no Trump, all the doubles, and um, just strategies for making tricks, and um, like it's very hard to learn everything in a short period of time. And so if you can get kids like interested in, oh, I want to learn about this next, then like they'll just keep coming back wanting to learn more. And I found that to be my personal experience as well.
Would a badge system like in Scouts work? What if there were badges for learning finesse for different things? Would that type of system work?
I think it would be difficult to implement because when you learn something, generally you learn it because the teacher has taught it to the entire club. So everyone would learn the badge or earn the badge at the same time. And so it wouldn't really mean as much. If you were to do something like you earn a badge for using the finesse well, then you have to um, keep careful watch over when someone uses the finesse. And sometimes the finesse doesn't work too. And so you have to think, did they earn it? Did they not earn it? And people might get upset because they thought they earned it and they didn't. If we were going to have badges, I think I might award badges, like not badges, but trophies or some sort of award at the end for things like best total number of points accumulated in a game, things like that. Best number of points earned as declarer, best number of points earned defending. So we have different awards for different things, but there are things that you can easily keep track of.
So Bridge is a partnership game. So how would that affect the dynamics of a classroom if for a class you were paired with someone as a partner who, for instance, wasn't sure how to bid and you missed your opportunity to earn points? How would that feel? As long as everyone else, as long as the partnerships rotated, would that still feel okay? Or might there be problems created?
Honestly, I feel like in a bridge club, it's not that large of an issue because um, you kind of say, "Oh shoot, I messed up," and then you move on. You don't like you might think about it for the rest of the day, but you won't have that in your head for like 5 years versus if you like did that at a competition because like in a club it's just social friendly, warm, but so it's not really like, well, I mean that's what it should be, so it's not really like um everybody's like tense and just, oh no, if you mess up you're a bad partner. It's like people make mistakes and that's how it goes. So yeah, I really don't think it's that large of an issue.
I think a point system might work if everyone in the group is about the same level. If you have someone who's a lot more advanced than the other people, or if you have one person who's a lot less advanced than the other people, then someone might resent being paired with someone who's on a different level because it would affect the point system. But I think it could work if everyone started at the same level.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree because if they're all at the same level, they would be like, oh, I want to be better, and like they would basically uh, try to be better than each other, and eventually it would work that way. But if like there were two different levels, the other people might like give up, saying like, oh, I can't be like them, and just leave. So for since if we're gonna do it year by year, each year has new students. I feel like you could, if the group is big enough, you could split it. So there's like a junior award and like a senior for like all those higher level kids, and then like the lower levels. So it would balance out better than just everyone together tries to compete with each other because there's always going to be skill difference.
There is a type of game that you can run that's called an individual movement, where everybody in the game plays like 2 boards or 3 boards with a partner and then moves on to another partner. Y'all think that would be fun, or do you particularly want to play always with the same people, the same person? Do you like playing with different people, or do you like playing with people that you have learned with and are comfortable with?
I do think it's important to play with new people. People come so that they can meet new people, so that they can expand their social group and meet new friends. So I think it would be very enjoyable to switch partners during a tournament.
I feel like in a tournament it would be like um in a club like you can switch partners all the time and that will feel like totally normal. In a tournament it's like you have a partner and like I think both like having one partner versus having several partners would work. But I personally feel better like playing with a single partner because you know how your partner like how their mind operates and um like if you have like signals you know what signal means what versus if like I don't know, say somebody plays American Standard and somebody plays Upside Down and they signal it's gonna go wrong somewhere. But like if you have a partner, you know what which signals they mean. Like just as an example, so they like it just feels better because you won't get confused over. Oh, that's what that meant. Oh shoot, well, like that kind of feeling. So I feel like single partner would work, but if you have multiple partners, I think if you had all the same system, it wouldn't work. Like, I mean, it would work. It wouldn't work as bad as like if you had multiple systems in the same room.
Okay, so I think the sense I got was that you think it might be fun to play with other people, but more in a practice or for fun game versus in a tournament game.
Yeah, because in a
But it,
tournament, it's a lot more tense, and you know you've got like master points on the line or something like that. So you really don't want to lose. Um, and so like when somebody confuses something for something like something else, then it just feels a lot worse than it does in a practice game.
but
Yeah,
in
but
a, I'm sorry, but I was just going to say, but it sounds like in in a classroom environment, the idea of switching partners and playing with different people helps increase the social aspect of it and can be fun. Yes? Is that what I heard? Anything else you guys want
Yeah,
to
that's
say? Anything?
something that I've noticed and I wish would be done differently. Not for you, Miss Patty, but for some other teachers that I've seen try to make bridge class very much like a class. And I think sometimes they forget that as students we have actual classes with homework, essays, tests, and when we come to bridge, we want to just relax. And so, um, make sure that when you teach, it's not too much just lecturing. That's all. I think that would be very nice.
So
Um,
I think I heard somewhere that
Yeah.
you want to learn, but you want the learning to be a very finite part of any class. And then you want to be able to play and practice what you learned and play other things. That playing with other kids is fun. And you like the idea of kind of moving around a little bit if you're playing in a non-tournament environment or a non-game environment, more practice games or fun games. And that the best way to get new students is personal interaction, friend to friend. Having other students tell people to come and play. Is that kind of what I've been hearing? I'm just trying to kind of sum things up and see if I missed something somewhere. What other important pieces? Did I miss an important piece there? Lots of activities. You want bridge to be fun. You do want to learn things, but don't ever forget the fun aspect of it. And yes, you want partnerships. You want to form partnerships with people and come to understandings, and you want the competition, but you want a mix of both. You want the competition and you want just to be able to play with friends for fun. Is that yes? Thumbs up? Did I get it
Yeah.
right?
Definitely good.
Yep.
And also more publicity about the opportunities for kids within Bridge.
In terms of being able to play in tournaments and scholarships and that type of thing? Or just in terms of that this is a way to meet new friends and that type of thing? Or both? Yes,
I
Aaron?
think both, but more towards the social side. Because if you talk about tournaments all day, it's not going to be, people won't be as interested as in, oh, you get to spend time with your friends. So
Okay, so the friend aspect is much more important than the competition tournament aspect. All
I
right.
think that's the most important part. But also, it kind of depends on the person that's playing the bridge. Because some people, yeah.
All right. Well, I really appreciate y'all taking the time to talk to us. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. If you think of something else that, in retrospect that you think, oh, wish I had said that, you can always send it to me in an email because I'll be putting together hopefully some other comments from some other kids too that I've just gotten written rather than verbal. Okay. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you for inviting us.
Bye-bye.